Hi everybody, thank you for tuning into another video. Today we are going to be looking at the brand new Nintendo Switch. If you're watching this channel, you're probably wondering what the difference is between this Switch and the old Switch here that we've got here, so we'll be comparing them. The new Switch comes with an OLED screen and a slightly larger screen, where I think this one's got a 6.4 inch screen if I remember correctly. This one comes with a 7 inch OLED screen. I believe it's a 7 inch screen. Yep, it does say there 7 inch OLED screen, 64 gig of memory on board versus the 32 gig that used to come on the older model of the Switch. Otherwise I think it's going to be exactly the same pretty much. The dock now has a LAN port integrated with it, which is nice. The older docks, so the docks here never used to have LAN ports on them. I'll be opening this up, having a quick look. We'll fire it up, see what the screen looks like. Check out the differences with the stand. I think the stand is also it has changed a lot and allows a lot more adjustment as well as stability. And I think a lot of you will agree, if you're watching this video and you have the old model of the Switch, that flippy stand on the back, whilst it's great, it's not really great, is it? Because A, a little bit of movement and it just falls down, and B, it's not really at the angle that you want to play it out on the table, because when it's like that, I'm having to really get down close to the table before I can really get any sort of decent view of it. Still an absolutely brilliant console by Nintendo. They did a fantastic job with it. Great sales, I think, prove that without me having to blabber the point too much. Let's go ahead and open this up. So I went for the white model this time because I've got the grey Joy-Cons, I've got the coloured ones. I thought I'd go for the white ones. I didn't fancy another grey one. And the console itself isn't coloured at all in any way. It's the standard sort of black unit or dark grey unit. So I fancied different colour Joy-Cons, so I went for white. Now, let's just have a quick compare of the Joy-Cons versus the old ones. I think they're going to be pretty much identical, like for like. As you can see there, there's no differences in them. The buttons, I don't know, it's just because I've used these so much now, they feel, yeah, they feel fresh. That's expectable, right? They feel fresh, but other than that, they feel exactly the same. The controller is pretty much identical. Now I've just turned on my console there by pressing the home button there. So exactly the same. The white is very nice. It's a very nice matte finish. It's not very shiny. The slightest ever, if almost unnoticeable sheen to them. And you've got the shoulder buttons inside the actual Joy-Con rail there as well. It's nice. It's a very nice white clean finish. Hopefully it's not going to start looking dirty over use. It shouldn't do, right? Because it's not that sort of material. So anyway, time will tell. Joy-Cons out of the way. Let's get the unit out of the box and then let's start comparing some stuff. So firstly, again, exactly the same size, and I'll put them side by side just for full comparison. So as you can see there is no difference in size of the unit I say whatsoever, but there might be an ever so slight difference in terms of the length. There is. The new device is literally looking like it's a few millimeters, literally a few millimeters longer, and yeah, it can't be taller because the Joy-Con is the same size, right? But it is, there you go. It's actually a tiny little bit longer. Height-wise, it's definitely exactly the same. It has to be because of the Joy-Con, so there you go. Height is literally identical. There's no difference in height. From the side, they look like the same device. So if I hold it like that, you'll see. I don't want to really hold the new screen against something and scratch it up straight away. So there you go. You can see that there, right? Yeah, they look the same in it. But from the front, look at that gorgeous new big 7 inch OLED screen. Now probably very hard to tell there, but if I hold it in the right light, you can definitely see the outer edge of the screen. The edges of the screen are reaching to the outer edges of the device now, which is probably how it always should have been. And this now all of a sudden looks very dated, where you've got the nice thick bezels going all around, well, maybe not nice, just thick bezels going all the way around the device, and all of a sudden looks a little bit dated, but still love it. Kickstand, let's have a look at the kickstand. So yes, Nintendo, I think you've got this right. Look at that. This is the Microsoft Surface situation going on here. Look at that. That's going all the way back. It's got the nice hinges there as well, as you can see, right? On both sides, it's sturdy. It doesn't feel flimsy, and I can adjust the angle. So now, if I get that on the table, I can finally put it into an angle that actually allows me to see it no matter which height I'm sitting at. versus this old thing which was just flimsy and that's all you ever got out of it. And then if you pushed it a little bit, it fell down. There you go. And I just smashed the Joy-Con. Right, so definitely a big improvement there. Absolutely loving the kickstand. That is as solid as it's going to get. And they thought of something else. They've also got this little cutout on the kickstand here. Why? Because if you're plugging the charger in, I'm guessing, then you can probably, or some, yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be for the charger. Then you can potentially pass the cable this way through here, and that's not going to cause you a problem in standing it up. So they've left some room for a bit of cable management there, which is nice. And what else do we have here? So the top of the unit, you've got the game card slot. You've got thank you for retaining the 3.5mm headphone jack. That is not going to get old anytime soon as far as I'm concerned. That should be around to stay for a lot longer. Let's see if I can open the game card cover. It's I don't know which way it's going to be opening from, but it's going to be exactly when I do eventually get it open. Let me see if I can get my nails in there. Right, there we go. So what the nails in there, game card covers open. Nothing special there, nothing to write home about, just the usual flip open sort of plastic hinged bendy game card cover there. So the cartridge will go straight in there. And then the power button, and the power button's changed slightly. The old one was round, the new one is slightly oval, so we can compare them there side to side. And then the volume rocker is same sort of thing. It looks like it's a little bit longer than the old one, but slimmer. So you've got the volume rocker there, and that looks nice as well. And the main thing is to actually fire it on, and let's look at the screen, because this screen is supposed to be gorgeous. I don't know what that button is up there. I don't know if it even is a button, that little thing up there. I don't know what that is really. I'm not going to pry around on it too much. So I'm going to go ahead and try and turn this on. So there you go. I'm going to put this down on here so I don't start scuffing it up too much. And as you can see, it's turning on. The old one is here. Let's get the Joy-Cons on it. It's asking me to connect the Joy-Cons because it's going to go ahead and pair them for the first time, I suppose. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. That's gone in nice. And the screen really, it honestly does make a big difference. I didn't expect it to, but those few fractions of an inch are actually making a huge difference. That is, it's a game changer as far as I'm concerned. It's huge. Compared to that, it looks huge. It really does make a difference, because you're talking about diagonal sizes. So you've got an additional height, you've got an additional length. That really is making a difference here. So we're going to go ahead and just skip through some of this stuff. I'm not going to sign into my network right now. I want to see if I can just probably do this later on. There we go, just so I can get through to the main screen. And the date today, which I'll probably be guessing is the 8th of, because it's release day, how can I forget? 8th of October 2021. Right, and the time right now is 21:54. If I had this on network time, it would be a lot better. Well, there we go. For now, we'll connect to the TV later on. You can enjoy the Nintendo Switch on a large screen by connecting to a TV. We are going to do that later on, and we're going to pull out the dock in a minute. I haven't pulled out the dock or anything else from the box, so I'm going to do that, but I'm just a bit excited to see what's going on here. It's telling you how to detach the controllers. It's telling you to just hold the little buttons there to release them. I'm guessing this is some sort of a tutorial. Yep, okay, cool. It's telling me that I can, this is pretty much a little tutorial how to use a flip stand and all that good stuff, which we don't really need to worry about right now. I'm going to do this later on. I don't want to do any of this stuff, so hopefully, can I just skip? No? Import from another console. Okay, I think I'm going to have to try and do importing a user from another console. Do you plan on continuing to use the original console in addition to this one? Yes, I do. Okay, please link Nintendo account. What if I do no? Right, okay, so I can transfer all the data and say associate with the account, do a nearby console, transfer, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I think I'm not going to go through setup now, because I've got to decide what I want to do. If I want to do it this way, I've got to go through the Nintendo account. Or if I do later, I can create a new user for now and just delete it later on. So I'll just do that for now. and just do 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. Thank you. It's added me as another user. Skip. Next. Skip. And we're done. Right, we're in the home screen. Now, I'm gonna, this is in a dark mode, so I'm gonna just try and set this up, right? So it's roughly the same. System settings. Let's go to screen brightness. Automatic brightness is on. If I turn that off, you can automatically see it's going a lot brighter than that, and in full brightness it is very, very bright. Let's try and compare them. It's going to be hard to see. I wonder if I can go to find the themes here and set this into dark mode as well. So there you go. Now we've got a better comparison. It's going to be very difficult to see this on the camera, but I think we're getting the rough idea here. And let's leave that as it is for now. Let's turn this brightness up as well, because this is, there we go, that's full brightness there. So there is a difference in the brightness. The OLED screen is a lot brighter than the OLED LCD there. It looks very, very vibrant in terms of the colors. You can see there's a lot more, again, probably very difficult to see, but there's a lot more pop in this one than there is on the other one. It's going to be very difficult to pick that up on my phone camera here, unfortunately, but I think you get the idea. Bigger, better screen, brighter screen, nicer screen. The device feels like the old one, but just improved, right? It's from a hardware perspective, nothing's changed. You've got the same processor, I believe, and etc. So from a horsepower perspective, no benefit at all. It's just the screen is the main benefit here, right? The screen, yeah, and the other sort of material changes like the kickstand. I think it's a big benefit that they've changed the kickstand. I think that's going to be a game changer for a lot of people. You'll probably see people using it on tabletop mode more now because the screen is a little bit bigger and you've got that flexibility in the stand. So first impressions, it's nice. I like it. I like the screen a lot. It's definitely feeling like a lot bigger than this old one here, and this is looking a lot dated. This looks a lot more fresh. You've got the screen going towards the edges of the device, and probably not much more to say than that. So I'm going to just move these to the side, and I'm going to just have a look at what else is in the box. So we've got in the box a HDMI cable right there, which we don't need, so I'll just leave that there. We've got the power adapter, which to me looks exactly the same as the one that came with the first unit. So again, nothing really to look at there. We have got the Joy-Con rails, or sort of converts it into a joypad, and the Joy-Cons go quite nicely on there. Let's see how the white ones look. I'm sure it's going to look nice. It's a shame that they didn't color code this grip with your choice of color, because that would have been quite nice. Though I don't know how they would have done a multicolored or color combination one, but there you go. It's nice, and I do like this. I've used this quite a lot on the original Switch as well on the TV, and my son uses it, and it's really great grip. It's comfortable. The size is very nice as well overall. They didn't make it too wide or try and make it too bulky. They kept it real. It's nice. It's functional. It's comfortable. You can play for a long time with that, and your hands are not going to get tired. Many hours of Zelda burnt on this thing. And then let's just have a quick look at the dock. So the dock is slightly bigger, I believe. It's got the network adapter built in. I'll bring in the other dock into view. There's nothing else in the box. The box is, oh, there is something, I lied. What is that they've got there? The Joy-Con rails. So these are the shoulder buttons that slide onto the top of the Joy-Cons, and then you've got more accessible shoulder buttons there. So it makes it like a more complete small controller if you want to use those things. I've never used them, and I probably never will. I have the Pro Controller. I use the Pro Controller most of the time. Right, there we go. That dock looks nice. Have they fixed a big issue? There was a big issue with the old docks, right, where this used to start scratching the screen. This looks a bit wider than the old dock now, so hopefully you won't have that issue with the new one. But there's the old dock, right? This was a bit sharper. The new dock feels a lot smoother. It's going to be very difficult to see because you can't really see inside there so much. Or maybe if I hold it like that at an angle, this bit here used to scratch the screen. So hopefully in the new one, we're not going to see that happening. It's nice, it's rounded a lot more. It's definitely larger in size, only by a little bit. Actually, no, sorry, I say definitely. It is bigger in size, but not a lot larger in size. You're talking about a few millimeters on each dimension. As you can see there, it's a bit taller and it's a little bit wider, which is not bad considering that they've got a network adapter built in. Now the bottom, you've got the grip going along the whole bottom. Now that's a soft touch sort of foot there for the base for the dock, where the old one had 4 rubber pads to sit on your desk and grip it. The back cover, let's have a look at that. So let's have a look at the side connectivity first. Actually, exactly the same on this side, where you've got the groove for the cable management as well. Another great system from Nintendo. That's been slightly improved as well. You can see that there, so it gives you more movement for your cables coming out the back, which means you don't have to see them sticking out the side. You've got your 2 USB ports on the side. Again, I'm not sure what the spec of these are, USB 3 or not, I don't know, but they are there on the side. I think they're USB 2s and maybe a USB 3 on the inside. If we open that up, there is no USB port there, what they've got on the inside now. So this cover completely comes off now. That's a difference all of a sudden, because the old one, it never used to completely come off. It would hinge off and stay on there. Don't know if I don't really mind this, to be honest. It's quite nice, but there we go. Completely comes off on the new one. AC adapter, HDMI and LAN port. The old one had a USB 3 port on it. I'm guessing that was USB 3 because it was blue, so it had AC adapter, USB and HDMI out. So you've dropped the USB port in favor of the LAN port, and to be honest, I'm guessing most people were connecting through to one of these ports, a LAN port and LAN adapter anyway, so probably makes sense that they've done that. I think that's a welcome change. I will definitely be connecting up to LAN rather than relying on Wi-Fi. So thank you for adding the LAN port in. Don't have to buy. I never bought an adapter. Wi-Fi did kind of do the trick, but if you can have it hardwired, have it hardwired. Dock is usable through both consoles, so definitely interchangeable. The USB-C port is in the center like it was before, and I can drop the new console into the old dock, or the other way around even, and vice versa, so that will fit in there. So if you've got the old dock set up and you don't want to change anything, it's still going to work. It's definitely going to go into the new dock, as we know. And similarly, the old console, if you do decide to switch over to the new dock for the LAN port, you will still be able to use your old console. If you've got more than one console in the house and you're switching between them, you won't have to have both docks set up. As you can see, the old console fits into the new dock absolutely fine without any issues there. And that is it. I think that concludes it, without making this video too long, the comparison of the old Switch versus the new Switch. Hopefully you found this video useful. I'm going to move this stuff aside just as I finish off. And if you were trying to decide whether or not you should upgrade to the new Switch, hopefully this has helped answer some questions for you. If it hasn't, and if I've missed anything out, please do feel free to ask some questions in the comment section below, and I will answer them as soon as possible. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button over there on the right hand corner, and leave a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Take care and all the best.